So chapter 11, lesson 2, and the topic is triangles. A couple reminders. You're going to have to look through pages, 503 to 505. That's going to give you all the words like scalene and equilateral and isosceles, acute, obtuse, and right. Also talk about exterior angles, interior angles, and so forth. One big thing you guys need to remember is that there are 180 degrees in every single triangle. So for the first one, it is going to ask you to solve for x, and then it also asks for you to classify the triangle by its angles and by its sides. So for number 1, to find, and I am just working through guided practice on page 506. I'm actually going to move this up so you can see it better. So number 1, I am going to take basically x plus 61 plus 74, and this needs to all add up to equal 180. You can combine these two together to give you what? 135. And then basically subtract that from the 180, and I know none of you will want to show your work. I don't blame you, you're almost done. And for number 1, you would end up with x equals 45. Technically, because it's not saying find the measure of angle ABC, and you're just solving for x, it's okay that you don't actually put in a degrees symbol. Now we have to classify it by its angles. So your choices are acute, obtuse, or right. When you look at this, you will always have 2 acute angles. So this is acute, but then your last one's the one that's going to kind of help you out. And when I look at this, we solved that this is 45, which also means it's acute. Again, acute is anything less than 90. So it is an acute triangle. And then the second name is by its sides. Because it doesn't have any of these like red dashes in it saying that it's congruent, then we would call this scalene. None of the sides were congruent. All right, I'm gonna go a little bit faster with the next one. Again, you guys, you would add up the 260s, subtract them from 180, and you would have x equals 60. And then we have acute. This is also now 60, so acute, all 3 are acute, therefore it is acute. And by its sides, it has 3 dashes, which means all 3 sides are congruent, and therefore it is equilateral. And number 3, all right. So it only has one number, but we know that this this square in the corner means that this is like a 90. Not that you should write in your book. This is